It's the Weather Blender blog. It's the 9th of January, heading into the 10th, going back to work Monday. Hi, everybody. Spencer Adkins. New snowstorm on the way. We're going to jump right on in and show you what's going on. What's interesting is everybody's been watching the big storm down along the south coast. We thought, again, that maybe that would be the one that would bring us some snow. It's actually something going on out west. Let's jump into the pictures and show you what's going on. We already have a winter storm watch. That's good for Athens County, also Jackson, also Vinton, Pike County in Ohio, Scioto County, and points to the north. And once again, that could be expanded. So we'll continue to watch that. Here we are looking at the National Radar Composite, 6:30 Sunday, and boy, lots of snow that extends from, look at that, northern Alabama, northern Mississippi, back out to the north and to the west. It's the storm that's actually taking shape for us. But you really can't see there. That's going to be the one that's important, not the one down along the Gulf Coast. I've circled in black here the area of low pressure that's going to slide to the east, and that's the one that we're going to start to watch. You can see, though, it is very important for our friends down in Alabama, Mississippi. They have an ice storm going on, let's say, closer to the Birmingham area, and they're expecting very heavy snow from that low pressure that's forming up right along, south of Louisiana. That's going to be lifting on in, but you notice the big blue H is over West Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky. That's the dry air that is going to meet that storm and sort of wall it off. Maybe just Monday night seeing a few snowflakes into the very southern tip of West Virginia, very southern tip of Kentucky from that portion of the system. But it's that area of low pressure, those few surface lows out there just coming off the Rockies that will be influencing our weather. Here's a look at the weather models. Remember the dashed blue line, that's thicknesses. Anything north of the one that says 540, that would be snow. Anything that's precipitation, that would be snow. And you can see that we have the two areas of low pressure, the one to the south in red. That's the one that is going to slide and just miss us. But the one that I've circled in black, look at that precipitation forming up to the north of that. Very interesting. And it kind of loses its identity as we move ahead. Now, this is 7 o'clock Monday night. As I mentioned, maybe a blue field, maybe a south of Pikeville, little snow shower late on Monday, but not getting into Charleston, Huntington, Ashland, Ironton, or Portsmouth, awaiting that area of low pressure to form a new identity. Here we go into Tuesday now, and it is starting to take shape, kind of an oblong area of low pressure. What I would do is put the low pressure, that looks like there's a circle there that says 1020. That's an area of low pressure. I would put that on the center of that low to the west. You can see the snow, though, that's growing around St. Louis and western Illinois. This is in the morning on Tuesday. We already have little light snow going in West Virginia into southern Ohio and across Kentucky. And now this is upstairs, looking at the same time frame, 7 a.m. on Tuesday, and this is at about 18,000 feet. The X that's in the red, that's what we call vorticity maximum. That's a great area to see lift. You can also see the trough, the big U shape of the black lines, all pointing on in to a section south of St. Louis. That's a trough of low pressure at 500 millibars, again around 18,000 feet. And that vorticity maximum, a great area of lift, and lift in this case will generate good precipitation. And now this is by 7 o'clock Tuesday night. You can see the heavier precipitation, all snow, across West Virginia and the bulk of Ohio into western Pennsylvania. And this is upstairs again. There's your vorticity maximum, and it has moved into West Virginia and Ohio. A couple of those X's, there's actually two maximums. The one now moving into Pennsylvania will increase the snow there. That's 7 o'clock Tuesday. And there's a secondary one moving across Kentucky. So we're not done with the snow, and the trough is still pivoting its way on through. Now by 7 a.m. Wednesday, the low pressure has moved off the coast, but the wraparound flow continues as evidenced there by my blue arrow, and we'll have continued Great Lakes enhanced snow showers still looping around. So this is another very important thing. Surface temperature, 1 o'clock Tuesday. The white line in this case is 32 degrees. If you're on the north side of that, it's colder. If you're on the south side of that, it's warmer. And there's that really interesting wedge of 32 degrees plus right up I-79 in West Virginia. So I think it will be snowing, but I think, again, a lot of that will melt on contact during the middle portion of Tuesday. So it'll snow hardest right during that time frame, but also melt at its most rapid rate of melting on roadways at that time too. So a slushy, wet snow coming down, and then by 7 o'clock Tuesday, you see that 32-degree line has pushed well to the south. That's 7 o'clock at night. So that means that that will all be snow at that point. A couple of different models to check out. Here's the NAM model, and it's calling for Huntington about 2 to 3 inches of snow through Ashland and on over to Portsmouth. 3 inches of snow, Putnam County, 4 to 5 around Charleston. Now remember, you do have a melting factor going there that could knock that down, but this is what the NAM model thinks. By the way, this goes all the way through Wednesday, so this would be the upslope snow showers 42 on the backside. So by the end of Tuesday, it's probably a little bit less than this, and this would take you through, again, Wednesday, at least the first portion of the day. Good 6 to 8 inch stripe. Columbus on over just to about, let's say, Washington County in Ohio, and it's about 4 to 5 inches around Athens, back through Jackson and Vinton County. So that's why we have that winter weather watch. 10 inches plus in the mountains of West Virginia. How about that? 6 inches around the Beckley area, and very little around Pikeville, maybe an inch, maybe 2 inches or so. Now this is the GFS model, and showing you the national map here, you can see a huge bubble of 10 to 12 inches out there in Nebraska. This is showing us again, but something like 2 to 3 inches around Charleston, around Huntington, a little bit less. This would be by Wednesday morning, and it shows that yellow 3 to 4 around Clarksburg. So this model actually cuts the amount of snow a little bit, but again, this is through Wednesday morning. The other model is taking us out a little bit farther. And here's the weather model out through Wednesday 1 p.m. This is called the RPM model, and it shows that light blue shade, Richard Petty blue, if you want to call it that, 2 to 4 inches of snow from I-64 Charleston, Huntington to all points north, but you do jump into a stripe of 4 to 6, interesting, right just to the east of US 23 in Ohio. Kind of an interesting north-south look there. A good 6 inches plus in the mountains of West Virginia. So that's the scoop for now. And again, I'm going to say that roughly 2 to 4 inches of snow on the ground by Tuesday night around Charleston, Huntington, Ashland, Ironton, a little bit more in southern Ohio, a little bit less southeast Kentucky, and again, a good bit more in the mountains of West Virginia because it will be a little bit colder there. Do expect a kind of a wet, slushy deal for Tuesday afternoon. Actually, this starts early Tuesday and rolls through Tuesday night, and then you get the upslope snow showers Tuesday night into Wednesday. So no idea how the schools are going to deal with that because, again, the snow will be starting as the kids go to school. But if there are any closings, you can check them out on your favorite West Virginia media website. And that's it for now. And we'll check back as needed right here. Hope you have a great week on the Weather Blender blog.